Bob, why don't you pop in that hot sauce?
The mind has to wrap around the tongue.
Do it.
Let's dance.
Hello and welcome back to Yay Basketball, the basketball game show. Monday, December 5th, 2022, recording live from the Yay studio. I am your host and producer, Michael Padilla. Along with me today, I have one, Bob Aldrich.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Bob. We'll get to it in a second. And Justin Moore.
Hey!
Trey Dishner is out today. He's got some work to take care of, so he is missing this episode. He'll still participate in the games and in the bets, I should say, and gather points and all that as usual. But no Trey today, just the three amigas. So thank you so much for joining us today, everybody. We do appreciate it. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, rate 5 stars, share with friends, and follow us at Yay_basketball on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Add me on the ground!
Last week, we played enhanced versions of What Did He Say and 5-second violation, as well as a very special show and tell from Bob showing off one of his prized NBA possessions. It was a great episode, so be sure to check that one out already. The reason those games were enhanced was to enhance the gamesmanship, you could say, or the stakes, which were already pretty high between the two of you, because our props to you scoreboard was coming down to the wire.
It was.
Justin, why don't you give us a recap?
So we were looking, Bob, I'll be honest with you, it was looking bad going into the week, right? It was looking terrible. Yeah. So we did that, and you did kind of mount a comeback.
I did.
You know what I mean?
Let the record show.
Let the record show. Listen,
I smoked you. In terms of points on that day, absolutely.
That's true. That
it was
is
like
fair.
1,000 to like 200.
I
really pulled it back.
I'm going to let you have it because first place was a tie between Michael and Trey.
So we will be sharing this.
Yes. I don't know if you're going to do custody. I don't understand what you're going to do. But
he can have it. I've had it 3 months in a row.
Fair enough.
2 months since its inception. I've had it.
I mean,
he
that's
can have it
a
the
weird
third
way
month.
to handle your children, but I hear you. So I came in third place, 1,420 points. And Bob, the reason I was going to let you gloat a little bit for last week is because you came in last place with 1,245 points, thanks to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I lost every single bet that month, didn't I? Yes. So I hate, new hate list. I hate the Cavs, I hate the Magic, I hate the Bucks, and I hate the Grizzlies.
New hate list.
If it makes you feel better, I lost all my bets last month.
You did, actually.
Lost every one of them.
I've been on the Wizards 3 times.
So, because of you guys, the points shaking out the way they did, the stakes were that whoever got last place, the punishment for the props to you last place scoreboard of the month of November, would have to do on the show, which is today, Da Bomb Beyond Insanity, which is a scorching hot sauce measured at over 120,000 Scoville units, which is a lot. That is approximately 12,000 times hotter than a jalapeno pepper. Not to psych you out. So if you're watching on YouTube, which if you're not, I highly recommend. This is going to be a very good visual episode. Here is all the goods.
Bring it on.
So you can see the sauce there on the right if you're watching. And Bob has some aids. He's got a gallon full of water.
So heavy.
He's got tissues. He's got a milkshake.
We've got cubes.
We've got some ice cubes for him. Now, Bob, in order to incentivize you not to just immediately run to aid while we're on the show and fully endure your punishment, each aid that you decide to take part in, whether it be the ice cubes, milkshake, that's it, just the ice cubes and the milkshake,
right?
Those will be worth 500 points per off your total score for the month of December.
Really?
And that is a surprise. I did not tell you that ahead of time.
I like that.
So that way you can't just take the sauce and immediately start sucking down a milkshake and feel immediately better. You can if you want.
So I've got 1,000 points right now, and if I use that,
You have 1,500.
Right. So I get an automatic 1,000 if I don't touch those.
Will you keep? No.
No,
You
no.
keep,
I
you just
lose
keep
it.
your points.
You
Yes.
lose points.
You have a balance.
Wild. Okay, cool.
All right.
All right, I'm in.
Okay. So I think the time to do this would be. Do you have a proposition, Justin?
I do. If you don't use them, I believe you should get 250 points per not using.
I'll
do
1,000 each.
a thousand
Each.
I'll only give 1,000 total if you don't drink water either. And let me tell you something. That's not going to happen. I don't want that to happen for you. So here's what we'll do. Let's start rolling. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Let's just do this. 500 total points if you don't use either aid, only water. And also, don't just dive into the water right away. Give yourself a little sip, of course, but feel it. You're going to need to feel it. All right.
It's kind of like
I'm gonna
you
feel
lost.
it.
Like,
Just in case there's any questions, again, if you're not watching on YouTube, go to the video and watch this.
to.
Why don't you unwrap that bottle? It is a brand new bottle of
go.
Da Bomb. And gentlemen, be careful with your hands.
Oh, I'm not.
I'm not touching my eyes.
Yeah, if it somehow does get on your fingers at all, do not touch really anything, honestly. Okay.
Ever again. Put gloves on.
I am going to let you get into that and let you pour a tiny little spoonful, and then we will get started with our first game of the day. So shake it on up. It is a brand new bottle, as I said. And
oops.
That's fine. That's fine because you don't want this one. You don't want this one. Just so everyone knows, not saying we'll use this anytime soon, but we also have Da Bomb Ground Zero, which is twice as hot as Da Bomb Beyond Insanity. Be very careful.
Do you want to give it a whiff?
Put it on this, but do not give it a whiff.
I'm
Put it
not.
on the spoon. Let me see
how
before you
much?
do it. Like
Right.
a few drops, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I want to be sure I can see this.
Oh, it's thick.
It is very thick.
Oh, she thick.
Oh, man.
Come on, you. Come on, mijo.
Let me see this.
All right.
Let me do it.
I'm just. I don't want to.
Yeah. I understand. Okay, we're calling in
I
reinforcements.
don't want to die.
Wait, we wouldn't let that happen to you. Did you?
Well, we did talk about how
Do you have the cap? Give me the
I
cap.
could pass out
Cap?
if I hyperventilate.
Yeah.
You did.
Just be careful with your
did that.
breathing. All
So,
right, we got
so everyone just be cool if I pass out.
we got to
all
get
right?
ready here. Okay, giving it a good shake.
Oh yeah, I have backup at the
Here we
Pepto
go.
Bismol.
Yay. Nausea, heartburn,
Oh,
really hot sauce.
okay. That is good.
Cool.
Your face said something vastly
Well,
different.
It doesn't look too bad.
A big old glob fell out that I had to re-scoop because it would have been a nightmare. Just so everyone is watching, this is how much sauce is on this spoon right here. That's
much?
it. Okay?
How much?
There it is.
So, as
And I think that the time to get into it.
Okay,
Here, why don't
that's
you guys
fair.
put that back on the table right there in the middle to showcase what's going on. Before I'm going to launch what did he say, and then you're going to take that right before the first question. Sound good?
Michael, it sounds great.
Okay,
Amazing.
let's get into it with everybody's favorite game.
What did he say? Talking about practice, not a game. Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
That's right. It's What Did He Say? The rules for this game are very simple. I will play an audio clip of an NBA personality, player, coach, or analyst. It will be your job, Justin and Bob, to work as a team to guess who or what that person is talking about. Each correct guess is worth 100 points. In the event of an incorrect guess, Trey, even though he's not here, and myself will receive the 100 points for clips today. Bob, why don't you pop in that hot sauce?
The mind has to wrap around the tongue.
Do it.
Let's dance.
And who is Brian Windhorse speaking about in this clip?
Bobby, I have his stats for the last 10 games. He's averaging 35 points, 16 rebounds, shooting 65%. But more than anything, like, he's just being viciously aggressive.
Okay, Bob, drink a little water. Drink a little water.
It's Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis, final answer?
I'm going to let him answer because, yes, he's held his composure for that. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Anthony Davis.
So AD scores 55 in DC tonight.
Oh, good job, Bob. Tears running down already. Hiccups seem to be happening already. Oh, good.
I'm a big hiccupper.
Okay. Anthony Davis has been on fire recently, leading the Lakers to an 8-2 record in their last 10, averaging 35 points, 16 rebounds, and shooting 65% from the field. This is a two-part question. We'll start with Justin. Can AD keep this up? And if he does, what does it mean for the Lakers?
I think it's possible that he obviously can. I think that, obviously health is a thing for everybody, but if they stay healthy, the Lakers could look good. Right now, they're second in the last 4 games, at least. They are second in points per game and offensive rating. They're third in rebounds and assists and first in turnovers and assist-turnover ratio.
Wait, they're first in turnovers negatively?
Yes. No. Like
Best.
Yes, over the last 4 games.
Oh, okay, cool.
For the season, Anthony Davis is currently leading the league in PER blocks and rebounds. So I think that's within his wheelhouse to do. I don't know why not. He's always been a PER guy. Obviously, he gets rebounds for crazy days, and blocks is kind of one of his fortes, defense. So if he keeps this up, I think we're talking about not only the Lakers being in the playoff picture, but him being in the MVP race, depending on how long he goes for. Bob, what do you think?
I couldn't agree more. Anthony Davis has been on an absolute tear lately. Even in that
He stays really hot.
Well, that's funny. You said hot. I was like, you son of a bitch. Well, you did
Has been on fire.
Has been on fire. Thank you. Yeah, he has. Even in that absolute gauntlet of a game against the Wizards, AD still came out and proved his worth, and he is one of only 8 Lakers to score 55 points in a game.
That's amazing and impressive. And you seem to be recovering fairly quickly.
Points are on the line.
I thought, hey, good, I'm proud of you. Good job. So the Lakers, have been very impressive. 8-2 in their last 10. I just listed it off. He's averaging 35 points, 16 rebounds, 65% of it from the field. He's averaging a career high in points, rebounds, and free throw percentage at 82%. He's kind of wised up. He stopped taking the 3 because it wasn't his strong suit as it once was. You're right there.
It's hitting the stomach lining now.
Yeah, there it is. I don't know if it's sustainable. To quote my Yay Basketball Daily co-host Kyle, he said that it feels less like a return to form and more like Jeremy Lin West, Western Conference, which isn't necessarily outlandish. I think I got some on my face. I'm not kidding. I think I touched it. And it's on my face.
There's a shake.
There goes 500 points.
All right.
500 points gone. That's all right.
Yeah.
Does it help?
I think so.
Okay, good.
All right.
If he does keep this up, though, if Anthony Davis does maintain this streak, which I don't think anybody can keep this streak up, but who knows? MVP conversation for sure. And it means for the Lakers, they're contenders. Because look around the league, what team in the league doesn't have a top 10 player right now that isn't a contender? The Thunder are the only one. After that, it would just be the Lakers right now, but he is working his way. They are working their way into being that. The other note before we move on from the Lakers, I want to give a shout out to the much maligned Russell Westbrook. Has been playing incredibly lately. He's playing smart basketball, which is mind-blowing to see, but he's really come into form. Not only has he embraced the 6th man role, but he's maximizing it, and he's playing out of his mind. He's setting up AD and LeBron. He's setting up the guys that he needs to. He's baiting teams into thinking that he's taking those bad shots and then distributing and facilitating and getting his guys involved in ways that I wish Russell Westbrook would have done a long time instead of just stat padding at times that he used to. So we'll see what happens. If AD can keep it up, I'd love to see it. But for now, we'll have to wait and see. So good job, 100 points to you. How's your mouth feeling?
It's just in the stomach now, so mouth is okay.
Okay, good. Well, we're working our way to question 2 now. Who is speaking in this clip?
It was one of those shots that, it just felt good. And then the second one went in. I said, oh, yeah, it was one, when you play this game, you could tell when it's going to be one of those nights. And I felt it. And, but most important, all my guys kept me in the right mindset. Just telling me be myself, especially Z, telling me to be myself at all times. And I was being myself and, open shots made it.
Who is speaking in that one?
Do you want me to talk? Are you okay?
You can talk. I know who it is.
Oh, yeah. Who do you think it is? You know who it is.
I know who it is.
Yeah, I was thinking it's Mr. Jose.
It's JT. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Alvarado.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, 38 game
38
point
game.
performance. Yeah, I think it's Jose Alvarado.
Jose Alvarado, let's see. Right here.
Every time they scream that name, Jose, or do the chant, or just show me so much love, it's just like,
Yes, you are correct. Jose Alvarado. Pelicans' second-year guard Jose Alvarado had a career night against the Nuggets, scoring a career-high 38 points, including 8 3-pointers. Alvarado has become an important piece of the Pelicans' rotation as they now sit in the number 2 spot out west. Bob, what do you make of the Pelicans' recent run?
Well, I think that it's something that we kind of wanted to see, but it ultimately took them a minute to get there. And sorry, I'm just pulling up the roster here because Jokic honestly was low key shut down from Willie. Willie put up a good fight.
Maybe on not on the score, not on the stat sheet
down,
at least.
Yeah,
I think he went for 36, 13 and 9.
pretty nutty.
Yeah.
However, very, very well done by Willie earning Gomez. So it was impressive.
What do you make of the Pelicans right now, though?
Listen, they're up there, obviously, because they're second in the West right now. But the West is still going to be tough. I think at the beginning of the season, I think I had them at like 5th or 6th, I think, overall, because we knew that this team was on the uprise. And I think they've gotten it together now a quarter of the way through the season. So if they're going to go number 1, obviously they're not going to get any higher than 2. I don't think they're going to get higher than 2nd in the West, but hey, man, anything is possible.
You're so cavalier with this milkshake in your hand.
You know what I'm talking about?
Justin.
I don't hate the Bucks. The Pelicans, sorry. I don't hate them. My kind of question with them is nobody's in that team has really done it for a long period before, so I think they look really good right now. They are this week, obviously, they're undefeated this week. The fun stat I had from the game was Alvarado was a plus 21 in that game.
Yeah.
What scares me is Valanciunas was a minus 21 in that same game.
In a win.
In
A big win.
It's weird.
So, that's very weird. It's very strange. I know they're missing some people. I just don't know if I think they're off to a decently hot start, and they're young and they're really going for it. I wonder if the mid of the season doldrums kind of comes in for them, and they kind of run out of gas at some point. They kind of run out of gumption, if you will. But I have them still in the playoffs. I just don't think they're going to finish second for sure.
Okay. So they've won 4 straight, including the win over the Nuggets that we talked about briefly. They're not even fully healthy.
Yep.
They don't have potentially their best player. Whether it's Zion or Ingram, either their first or second best player, he's not there right now. And they are finding ways to win due to contributions from Jose Alvarado, of course, now I'm forgetting people's names. Trey Murphy and the other rookie that they got from last year. Wow, bummer that I don't remember his name. Anyways, they're really impressive at the moment. Herb Jones, thank you.
Yeah.
But the Pelicans, I think, this was something that we were talking about in the preseason, where it's like, can they, like everyone was saying, oh, look out for the Pelicans, they're going to be a surprise, so much so that it kind of became less of a surprise when they started playing well. If everybody's saying it, I don't think it's much of a surprise. So I'm pleased to see them performing as well as they are, and I hope that they can maintain this streak. I think they could make a run at the first spot. We saw it happen last year with the Grizzlies. They were up there for a little bit, and then they ended up, Ja gets injured, and they kind of go up and down a little bit. But the Pelicans can make a run at the 1 spot, especially if they get Brandon Ingram back and perform the way they have been.
I hear you. I worry about guys that don't usually perform well, and now they're performing well right now, right? But not all of them at the same time, right? It's this guy this night, this guy this night, this guy this night, which is what you need in the NBA, generally speaking. But I don't think those guys, when push comes to shove, will necessarily have those performances consistently enough to really push them that high. Just because the West is such a gauntlet.
Yeah.
And you're playing all these Western Conference teams. So I see them around, 5, 6. And I don't think that's bad for them at all. I think that's right. I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah, I would agree. Okay, well, good job. Another 100 points to you. Bob, how you feeling?
Now it's in the lips. Now my lips are just stinging,
the ice
dude.
cube. The ice cube's really good for that.
Oh.
I'm not trying to get you to use points or anything, but ice cube's really good for that. Just Okay, 200 points to 0 points over here. Number 3, who is Shanae Ogwumike talking about in this clip?
They always have had this aura of intimidation when they stepped on the floor, whether it was on the road or in the third quarter, but that has not been there so far this year.
Who is Shanae Ogwumike talking about in this clip?
I think this one, third quarter gods. I mean, it's the Warriors. Like, that's kind of always been their thing. And I mean, I even remember watching in 2016, like even 2017, like mainly 2015, 2016 season. There was something about the third quarter that's kind of where it was born.
Yeah, when she says third quarter, I go Warriors. That's what I think.
Yeah. So,
Warriors?
Yeah.
dubs.
C.
The Warriors, they have struggled more than expected as defending champs.
Yes, you are correct. Despite early season struggles, the Golden State Warriors have turned things around for the most part, going 7-3 in their last 10 and have jumped into the 6th spot in the West. Hey, Bob.
Hey.
Are your Warriors back?
Not only are we back, we're back and we're better than we ever been. Watch Andrew Wiggins again get an all-star start, okay? He went 8 for 10 from 3. The man is on fire. Someone even today asked me, how's your team doing? I said, well, thank God we have Andrew Wiggins. But legitimately, Steph is in a form that we haven't seen him ever. And admittingly, Draymond Green is having his best season that we've seen in about 5 years or so. It's really impressive to see. Clay is now absolutely coming back from that injury. That's going to take a lot of time to recover. So now we're a quarter of the way through the season, and the Warriors are sitting 6th in the West. I remember even last week, they were like 10th, 11th, something like that. Mm-hmm. They've gone 7-3 over the last 10 games, and the Warriors are looking very good again. They figured out the rotation, which I mentioned last week. That was so key. Sorry. And just having Jordan Poole, again, coming off the bench, they figured out the lineup. We're back.
Okay. Glad to hear it. Justin, what you got on the Warriors?
Well, I hear you, right?
That's the most Justin thing ever, by the way.
What the
I
thing
hear
about
ya.
the Warriors is they're playing really good right now, right? And seemingly they right the ship in essence, right? And that makes a lot of sense, and that's great. Steph's playing out of his mind, right? Over the last 3 games, really good for the Warriors. Not only has Steph led them in points, but so has Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins, right? Sharing the love a little bit. The assists are always kind of there. That's how the game they play. I'll be honest with you, I don't trust Andrew Wiggins to consistently perform that often. We've seen 1 year of it. I don't see Jordan Poole really consistently performing that well. He kind of goes up and down as he kind of that's the way he performs to me, as he goes up and down. So for me, I haven't seen him actually turn the corner. And again, we keep talking about it. The West is such a dogfight that do I really think they're better than the Nuggets? No. Do I think they're better than the Grizzlies? No. Do I think they're better than the Kings right now? No. The Pelicans? No. The surprise Suns, at least surprise to me because I thought they were going to take a downturn. No. I just don't see it. I don't see it yet. I don't see it yet. But it could, the same way the Lakers could turn around. But the Warriors, to me, it's the same kind of situation. I don't see them actually being that great for the long term. Now, they could surprise me, but you're going to have to show me.
Okay. Bob, you mentioned Draymond Green there. You are totally right. He is having a bounce back year from that finals performance last year where he was benched. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
He was benched. His team was frustrated with him. He was frustrated with himself, obviously. Warriors fans were calling for him to come off the bench in game 4, I believe. And they ended up going on and winning the title. So he's definitely had a bounce back season so far. I think he had a very productive offseason and very an important offseason for him to improve that way. What's happening?
Off season, punching Jordan Poole in the face.
Well, yeah,
instantly better.
I of course that
Get the whole team to punch Jordan Poole in the face. Then.
Honestly, he's coming out swinging in these later games, and
spot on,
killing it.
Well, but I think though, yes, that was kind of a wake up call for him to maybe say, I got to get my act together a touch. Yeah. More so on the team. Their offense is prolific. They are first in assists per game, second in 3-pointers made, second in top 5 in 3-point percentage. They are top 5 in points per game. But the defense still is what's holding them back. They are 20th in defensive rating, and they are bottom 10 in 2 other defensive statistical categories. So you can see kind of the difference between these guys, or these sides of the ball, I should say. If they get it together and they can get all this figured out on the defensive side of the ball, I think they can make another finals run.
Yeah.
But I just don't know that you don't just flip that switch. So we'll see. I do think it was worth mentioning on the show that Steve Kerr was seen after the game against the Bulls telling Alex Caruso, something, I would love to have you. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if that means I'd love to have you over for dinner or out for a cocktail, or if it means I want you on my team, because let me pose a question to you. James Wiseman for Alex Caruso, who says no?
The Bulls. James Wiseman's a G League
I don't know that
player.
they do. I don't know that they do. I think it's almost Bulls rebuild time, and I think that would be a helpful piece for them for that rebuild.
If you're making that
James
case,
Wiseman
yeah.
is so young. Like,
Sure.
there's still so much time for him to build. The same way we saw Andrew Wiggins, it just took time, and Jordan Poole, it just took time. And like you mentioned earlier, JP3, he's only been out of the G League for 3 years. You know what I mean?
So then why would you trade him?
You would trade James Wiseman for Alex Caruso because you don't know how many more titles we're going to get out of Steph, Dre, and Clay.
But no, I guess that would be my point.
Yeah.
Is like, so like if your sales pitch is he's going to be so great, then the Bulls have well then why would you want to trade him?
Well, and I'll
sure, but like
timeline.
Is he really going to be that great?
I'll say this as well. James Wiseman is in that cursed second overall pick world, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's
like Kevin Durant world?
Like Victor Oladipo world, Like it's not necessarily a great spot to be in. And James Wiseman could very easily fall into one camp or the other, but it looks like more than likely he might fall into the latter, which is not necessarily great. And Caruso for Wiseman straight up, I'd honestly ask for I'd ask for a pick too, honestly, if I was like
the Bulls?
Ooh, I don't know about all that.
Man, dude, I wouldn't call it a straight up pick, like 1-for-1, but I would like Caruso. I think that'd be a fun.
For sure. I think Caruso would be a great addition.
Phenomenal addition for the Warriors.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll see what they're able to do in
They're
the
so
future.
guard heavy.
They are guard heavy. But
If they go Caruso, they're
what did I just say that they're missing? Defense. What does Alex Caruso do? Hustle plays and defense.
Perimeter defense.
Would be, yes.
Yes. And sorry, go ahead.
He'd be terrific for them.
And finally, you mentioned, of course, the assists. Like number 2 in 3-point, but number 1 in assists and assist off. Like that's 15-16 Warriors. Like that is exactly what that team built its success on.
I don't mean to drag a little bit, but look at the teams in the West, right? You get say you make the trade, right? They already don't have the size because on Wiseman anyway, but Ayton, Zion, Jokic, Anthony Davis, Triple J, Sabonis even. These are big guys, and if you lose size, then you're basically giving up that matchup.
They have thrown Kevon Looney in the grinder for years and years.
Yeah,
and
and also
now.
you're talking about the Warriors. I mean, they're small ball. They're the definition of small ball. So it's not like they would be like new to the idea of being undersized against a bigger opponent. Yeah. Okay, we got to keep it moving here. Question 4 and our final question: who is speaking in this clip?
Do it.
And who is this person talking about?
Before my rookie year, we hosted the Eurobasket 2017 in Finland, and we played Slovenia. I knew he's going to be great, but I didn't know if he's going to be this good. But he was definitely killing it as a teenager over there already.
Who is speaking in that one, and who is that person talking about?
Finnish stars, or at least someone who's really good. Who do you think?
I mean,
I've got an idea.
Oh, because Jokic is Serbia.
Right.
Slovenia's Luka.
No, he's also Serbian. Right?
No.
No. Well, they're both Yugoslavia. Formerly Yugoslavia, I should say.
I think it's somebody talking about Jokic, but I don't know who the person talking is. Can I hear it again?
Sure.
Before my rookie year, we hosted the Eurobasket 2017 in Finland, and we played Slovenia. I knew he's going to be great, but I didn't know if he's going to be this good. But he was definitely killing it as a teenager over there already.
A part of me goes like a Dirk talking about Luka.
No, I think you're right talking about Luka.
Sure.
Where's Sabonis from? Is he Finnish?
Yeah.
That's kind of where
somewhere
my mind
in
went.
there. Yeah, let's go. And then I don't know who's talking still.
I'm saying Sabonis talking about Luka.
Okay, Sabonis talking about Luka. Lock it in.
Sabonis talking about Luka. Let's see who he is speaking about.
Yeah, Luka is the only one that comes up.
And let's see who was speaking.
This is episode 136, Laurie Markkanen.
No, Laurie Markkanen. So close for the 500 for 500 points today.
Dang,
Very
almost
close. Despite
did it.
DeBomb, was very close. Just so you know, Domantas Sabonis is from Portland, Oregon.
Close.
He is a Lithuanian American. So close on there, but not quite. Larry Markkanen and the Utah Jazz got off to a hot start to the season, but have since cooled off a touch, finding themselves firmly in the play-in spots at 14-12. Is it more likely the Jazz go up in the standings and avoid the play-in, or miss the playoffs altogether, Bob?
I feel like we have been talking high on the Jazz, but we've only watched them go down. In a way, they've only moved their way down the ladder. And if there's, any safe bets you can make in the stock market, that it's going to continue to go down.
Okay.
And I truly believe they're, again, play in possibly. They might even drop out of it, which is tough because the Jazz, we were really, really excited when they started their season off so hot. So, but I mean, going 4 for 6 over the last 10. I mean, the trend is just going down completely, unfortunately.
Justin.
So the Jazz, I'm on record as saying the Jazz will not be relevant for 20 years. And they won't be. They will continue to fall. We've got the Mavericks under them right now. We've got the Timberwolves under them right now, and the Lakers under them right now. All of those teams are trending upwards, kind of, but the Jazz have been trending down, and the Jazz want to lose. Danny Ainge, I don't think ever has wanted to win basketball games. I think he wants to collect draft picks and have trophies on his wall that are not, they're just players, like future players and whatever. I'm also on record as saying that Danny Ainge will change their uniforms to burlap sacks. So I'm just saying the Jazz are trending down. I think they were a fun story because they were a surprise, and now people go, oh, you really want to try and play games? You're not a surprise anymore. And that kind of comes with the territory of playing in that Western Conference, is you can surprise people at first because we all thought they were tanking, and now it's like, oh, no. We're done playing with that. And they're going to go on a huge downswing.
I think it's like the greatest bamboozle. It's like, oh, we're not tanking.
And, but like
oops,
we
actually are.
and then people were like, oh, and the players, no player wants to tank.
Right.
Organizations want to tank. So the players went out there and played hard, and people have to go, oh, take this player seriously because they're at NBA players. So I think that's what's happening. But we're seeing that now.
Yeah, I think you're starting to see that a little bit to a degree. Yeah, I was high on the Jazz. In fact, 2 weeks ago even, I said, oh, they're going to be in the mix. They're going to be in the mix. And then, maybe wrong on that one. We might be listening to that clip a little later in the season. So Larry Markkanen, throughout the first 13 games, when they were kind of on that hot streak, they went to 11-3 or 11-2, I believe. Larry was averaging 23 points per game, shooting 53%. In the last 12 games, he's averaging 21 points and shooting just 51%. So he's had not a significant drop off, but at least notable. A couple buckets a game. His rebounding has dipped a little bit from 9 to 8. And you can just kind of feel that with them. Like he was their guy for a little bit, and he's starting to cool off. And I think as a result, the multiple threats that we talked about a few weeks ago, where it's like, oh, anybody can hit you any given night, it's less so that, and it's more so, is it Clarkson? No. Is it Sexton? No. Is it Markkanen? No.
Is it Kelly Olynyk?
Yeah. So if I had to say, is it more likely that they miss the play-in altogether or miss the playoffs? I'd say it's more likely that they would miss the playoffs altogether than avoid the play-in. But I do think they will make the playoffs in a play-in spot. But if it had to be one or the other, that's what I'm taking. All right. Well, we finished that game 400 points to 100 points. Bob, how's your mouth? What that mouth do?
It's a mouth. By this point, it's just a mouth.
Sounds good.
That's all it is.
Sounds good. And we move on to your segment of the day, which is Bob's Buckets.
It's time for Bob's Buckets.
Woo! Okay.
Hot.
It's a spicy one. Speaking of which, the spiciest moments of the NBA season thus far. We're quarter of the way through, so I figured why not just turn up the heat a little bit. So in no particular order, I got a quick little 5 for you guys. Most are game winners, but ones that we remember that are just incredible. So I'm going to start with De'Aaron Fox's pull-up logo 3
Magic.
in overtime against the Magic. Exactly. Absolutely phenomenal. Obviously, Sacramento 5th in the West right now. Like the beam. You go, North California.
Light the beam.
Next up, a little under the radar, but Scotty Barnes, Rookie of the Year last year, had a one-handed tomahawk throw down jam poster on Vooch. So they were playing the Bulls. I believe it was in the third quarter, so it wasn't anything wild, but it's one of those where he was almost slow motion winding up and just like you're waiting for it to be thrown down. And when he did, it was beautiful. Next, one of my personal favorites of the year so far was the Cleveland Cavaliers-Boston Celtics matchup in Cleveland.
Yes.
Where Tatum had a one-handed absolute slammer in the lane to send it to tie the game. And then the next possession, when the Cavs came down the court, Donovan Mitchell tried to shoot a 3, and guess who blocked it? Jason Tatum. Absolutely carried that game for them. And now for the last 2, Matt Ryan's inbound game winner.
Oh,
absolutely. Shout out to Matt Ryan. He's no longer playing for the team. He's no longer playing for the team. However, he absolutely sunk one, an inbound pass from Austin Reeves. It was something else, and I think we were talking about that for quite a while. And then finally, against the Lakers, because I'm never going to give, you got to cut the Lakers down a little bit. Andrew Nembhard.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The Pacers, game-winning 3 against the Lakers. Beautiful. Those are my 5 spiciest moments from this year thus far.
Nice, spicy. I like it. May I add an honorable mention, even though I'm not Bob?
Sure.
I'll allow it.
Okay. I would like to add the 3-minute stretch during the Lakers-Wizards game last night in which LeBron gets a tomahawk dunk, Kuzma gets a dunk, Porzingis gets a dunk. The insane Daniel Gafford.
Yes. Behind the back.
At a 45-degree angle, catches it behind his back, catches the lob dunk. AD catches a lob dunk from LeBron, and then LeBron caps off the 2-minute sequence with a tomahawk dunk, and it sounded like LA East in Washington. That was amazing.
Was it the AD one? Was that the one where he got blocked and then still somehow got it and then dunked it while Porzingis and the other one were going up for it and still brought it down?
That was earlier in the game. That was amazing as well during his 55-point game, which I don't even think we referenced during talking about AD. But he went off against both the Bucks and the Wizards. I would like to add that as an honorable mention because that was probably the most entertaining 5 minutes of basketball I've watched all season, even though it wasn't much of a game. Okay, we would typically move on to Trey's fun fact of the day, but because Trey's not here today, we're doing something a little different, and it's Justin's fun fact of the day.
All right, now we all know the World Cup is underway.
Hey!
A global sport, and that's what we have in our hands right here in this show, a global sport of basketball. I don't know if you know this, but currently the NBA has 120 international players. That's a whopping 26% of the league. Those players come from 40 countries, 6 continents, as well as half of the top 10 players in the league right now.
That's true. We listed him out earlier.
With names like Luka, Joel Embiid, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jokic, and even SGA with, I don't know, the Wembanyama Challenge on the horizon. We have a worldwide sport, and it's actually kind of intriguing. It's been so America-centric for so long, and we're going to get to see players, and we're seeing them already, like Giannis and Embiid and Jokic and Luka, that are going to come out of nowhere because we don't get to hear about them in the States, and they're coming from all over the place. I just wonder what country is going to have a next huge superstar come from there.
I know.
And it's going to change.
Antarctica.
France.
Watch this.
France. Victor.
Yeah. Embiid's
Oh, you mean
French.
He's Cameroonian.
He's also French.
Oh.
He could play. He could play for the French team.
Oh,
just
I
so
didn't
you
know he had dual citizenship. News to me.
But I will say this. I mean, and Rudy Gobert, but he's not that. But I'm saying that after that, where are we going? You know what I mean? Is there going to be some, I don't know, Iranian guy, or is
That'd
it
be
gonna, you know
great.
what I mean? Is it going to be from current host nation Qatar?
Doubt it.
Cutter.
Yeah.
Heard.
Good one.
I barely know her.
We love the international play here on Yay Basketball. Yeah, you're right. 5 of the top 10 guys currently playing are foreign-born players.
A South Korean superstar would be awesome.
That'd be crazy.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, we need another Chinese superstar. Yao really opened the door, but we need another, Yao and
We've
Jeremy
got Australians,
Lin
you know
that
what I
really need to-
mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we need an Indian guy.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. Oh, Indian player would be great. Simbu Lara did not
Spicy.
really do enough for us.
Yeah.
Okay, good fun fact.
yeah.
And we are on to a brand new game called YB Time Warp.
Time warp.
Woo! It's YB Time Warp!
YB Time warp.
This reminds me of Gideon the Greek when he's going to get the drugs. And
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, this is a brand new game, so here's how this one works. I will list 4 events. It will be up to you, Justin and Bob, to work as a team to determine which year 3 out of the 4 of these events took place, and which event did not occur in that year. One of these things is not like the other. That's kind of the premise here. If you get the year correct and tell me the odd event out, you both receive 200 points. If you can only tell me one or the other, you receive 100 points, and Trey and I receive the other 100 points. Just so everyone knows, we are operating on the calendar year, not the season year. So if something happened in the offseason or in the springtime or in the playoffs, it is in the calendar year.
Okay.
Also, pay attention to the clues here. There have been issues in the past with how some hints are worded or presented. Everything is deliberate. Sound good?
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
Okay. Here are your first 4 events. Steph Curry wins the regular season Most Valuable Player award. LaMarcus Aldridge signs with the San Antonio Spurs. Kobe Bryant announces his retirement from the NBA. And Karl Anthony Towns wins Rookie of the Year.
Oh.
So,
Steph won. Did you say first?
no, he just
You
said
said
he
just
wins.
said he won the
He
MVP.
won the MVP.
He won the MVP.
LaMarcus Aldridge to the Spurs. I think that.
That's the outlier to
Similar.
you?
No,
No, that's where I
no,
was thinking. Yeah, they're similar. I
Yeah.
also think. I think. Do you have to actually guess the actual year? Is what you're saying too?
You have to tell me the year.
Yeah.
Okay, so what 2 years? She's got 2 MVPs, right?
Right.
So which 2 years did he win MVP?
2016.
Uh huh. He didn't.
20.
Did he win back to back?
No. I don't think he did. And then like 2019? Was it 19 that he won it again?
No. I
17.
think he won back to back.
So 16, 17?
I think so. And so here's my thought. I think Kobe's the outlier
I think so too.
by a count,
By 1 year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think the other 3 happened in the same year
2016.
because he would have won MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Karl Anthony Towns would have won his award. When was the last one?
And LaMarcus Aldridge Spurs.
Would have signed with the Spurs in the offseason.
2016.
So I go 2016
Is the year?
is the year,
Mm-hmm.
and the one that didn't happen that year was Kobe announcing his retirement.
Yes.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Yes.
No.
To both?
No to both.
Yeah.
The year was
15.
2015.
15.
Karl Anthony Towns won Rookie of the Year in 2016. Kobe Bryant announced his retirement in 2015.
He announced it?
Yes, he announced his
Not
retirement.
he retired.
Correct.
I knew it was going to be something like that.
Yeah.
See?
He announced his retirement in 2015. Gave
That's what I was
himself
trying to
a farewell
avoid.
tour.
Was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Dang
I knew we were off by 1. In my mind, I was like, 1 year.
Just so you know, most of these are that close.
Of course they are.
Of course.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the. If I tell you Magic Johnson retires from the NBA and then, LeBron James wins his 4th ring, you'll know which one's different. So they've all got to be within the range of a couple years.
okay.
It's fair.
Okay. Good job to me. Thanks. 200 points to Trey and I so far. Here for number 2 are your 4 events. Steve Nash wins NBA MVP. LeBron James is drafted into the NBA. Ron Artest gets into a fight with fans and sparks the malice at the palace.
Nice.
And
Good job.
The Los Angeles Lakers beat the Minnesota Timberwolves in 6 games to advance to the NBA Finals.
The year that comes to mind is 2005. That's when I think that's when I think Malice in the Palace was. It also low-key...
Because LeBron James was drafted in 2003.
03. Okay.
No.
What season is he on right now, by the way? 19th or 20th?
20th.
So it would have been...
2003. The
Yes.
2003 draft.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, he was 03.
Yeah.
He was 03.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
fun to watch.
legendary
I know,
03.
it's because now I'm in my head about it.
LeBron was 03. Malice in the Palace. Man, it's close.
LeBron's 03. Nash won.
I don't think Nash won in 03.
No, he won in 05 and 06.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes? Because 06 was the one. 05 makes more. Oh, shoot.
He won
05,
he
06.
won back-to-back MVPs. He didn't win in 2003.
And I remember 06 is like the
Tim
most
Duncan
controversial.
won in 2003. So, yes. But either way, it wasn't the same year LeBron was drafted.
Correct.
Correct. So, hold on. He was drafted in 2003.
Malice in the Palace lines up because it was a very, very...
Malice in the Palace was after that. LeBron's the outlier. And the other ones happened in 2006. No, fuck.
See? Because I
He won
know...
04, 05. So the year is 2004. The outlier is LeBron because he got drafted in 2003.
Final answer?
Nailed
Yes.
it.
Let's see. Yep. You are correct. Yes.
Well done.
I do want to let you know, I did, when throwing these together, make a mistake, so I'm glad you were correct. Steve Nash did win he won MVP in the calendar year of 2005, the 2004-05 season, so I apologize for that mistake.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so you get them both either way, but yes, the year was 2004, and you are correct. LeBron James was drafted in 2003. Ron Artest got into a fight with fans and sparked the malice at the Palace in 2004, and as did the Wolves lose to the Lakers in 6 games.
Quick update. Hey, Bob, congratulations. You now have positive points on the day.
Thank you, everyone.
Wait, how many points did you use ice?
Milkshake.
Milkshake, 500
So that's
points.
just 500 points off.
Yeah.
We start with 15, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
at 16.
positive points on the day.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, how many points did he lose? Okay.
We're back.
I took away 10,000 points.
Okay, so 200,
Killing it today.
200 points to you guys. We're now even for the game. On to question 3 and our last one. Let's try to make it a quickie.
Okay.
Here are your 4 events. Magic Johnson announces he is retiring from the NBA. Michael Jordan wins his first regular season MVP award. Larry Bird plays his final game in the NBA. And the Cleveland Cavaliers lose in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Dang it.
The Magic retirement. Well, so I go to the Jordan.
It's in the 90s, obviously.
92 was the one that came to mind first. So Michael's first MVP probably was 93, if I'm not mistaken. When did he win his first title?
91, 92. He won 92, 93, 93, 94, 95, 96.
So that's why 92 came to mind.
Because they won
immediately.
94, 95.
97, 98, 99.
No. He won in 97, 98, 96, 97, 95, 96.
Was it 95 then? But
It was 3-3, right?
correct.
He beat the Lakers for the first one. So, I think this year, and you said this is the year that he announced he was retired.
I can give you the 4 if you like it again.
Thank you.
Magic Johnson announces he is retiring from the NBA. Michael Jordan wins his first regular season MVP. Larry Bird plays in his final game in the NBA. And the Cleveland Cavaliers lose in the Eastern Conference Finals.
The year is... I think I got it. I think the year is 91. And I think the outlier is the Cavaliers because I think they lost in the next year in that to the Bulls.
91?
Yeah. Because Larry was done. Larry's back was screwed up.
And it has to be earlier on because you have to have a Magic
Or it's 92. And I still think it's
92 was my gut. 93 was my revised. So you went 1 year underneath my gut.
I like 92 and I like Larry Bird now in my head. Larry Bird, I think, played his last game in 91.
Magic played for that long? All the way to 92? Yeah.
I think he announced his retirement in 92.
Larry played
Magic
his last...
Johnson announces his retirement, and
Yes.
Larry Bird plays in his final game, just so there's no confusion.
Yep,
Yes.
yep.
That's why I think Larry Bird finished the season, then retired. Whereas I think Magic didn't finish a season and then retired. I think Magic retired and it was a big story. So I'm going 92,
Yep.
I think is the year. And
Larry
the outliers, Larry Bird in 91.
Let's do it.
Final answer?
Yeah, I'm not confident. Nope on both?
Nope on both. Justin. The year was 1991.
No!
And the outlier was the Cleveland Cavaliers.
It was such an easy, Cleveland Cavaliers, Eastern Conference Finals.
They did lose the Eastern Conference Finals in 1992. They did not make the playoffs in 91.
You probably in your head was like, Jesus, Justin.
Yeah, I was really impressed for a second. You were really on it, and then you just talked yourself out of it.
I know.
I should have shut my mouth. You had it.
You just kept going. All right, well, that was our first attempt at YB Time Warp. What do we finish that game with? It's going to be 400. Oh no. 400 points to 200, 400 points to 200 points. Excellent. Well, I love to hear that. And we will get all those points and gamble them away in Props to You.
All right, another exciting props to you. The scoreboard right now does have me
You.
at the top.
Yay! Congratulations.
2,100 big ones, and I am nothing if not consistent.
That's correct.
I will take my Wizards.
Give you credit.
Over the Chicago Bulls on Wednesday for a big 100 points.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Smart. Play it smart. That's how I keep
Michael,
keeping
you
this
are
trophy.
in second place.
Correct.
With 2,000 points.
Yeah.
With Trey. Trey's also has 2,000 points.
Uh-huh.
You have the Pelicans over the Pistons. What would you like to bet against that?
I'll do 1,000 points.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, well, you did choose the easiest game, so that makes sense. Now,
If
Trey...
they lose, though, I'll be fighting all month.
That is true. Now, Trey has the Grizzlies over the Thunder, and Trey has elected to phone in and bet a big 500 points.
Nice.
Bob?
Yep.
You have 1,600 points.
I do.
You are taking your Warriors over the Utah Jazz.
Yep.
What are you betting?
Why don't we get a little risky here?
Ooh.
You know what I like to do.
Risky frisky, heard.
200.
There you go. You learned your lesson with the bomb. You learned your lesson with the bomb.
There it is, folks. Uh-oh. Somebody's dying. And there you have it, guys. That's what we're going to look at.
That's what we're looking forward to on Wednesday evening.
Yes.
If you want to keep track of all of those game picks, as well as chat with us, ask us questions, give us game ideas, give us punishment ideas for the Props to You scoreboard, all things like that, be sure you hit the link in the description of this episode to join our Chalkboard group chat. It is a fun and free way to support the show, so we hope that you do that. And we need a new punishment for this month.
I've got a good idea.
What is it?
Oh.
The loser has to retake the SAT.
During the show.
Mid-show
I think you have to
SAT.
pay money for that, and also it wouldn't really play well on the podcast. Give us an idea in the Chalkboard group chat if you're there. Also, join us for some YouTube lives. Kyle and I started Yay Basketball Daily every morning at 9 a.m. Central. We are live on YouTube doing a full recap of every single game the night prior.
That's awesome.
I'm raising my hand because If you watched YB Daily, you saw both of these gentlemen decide that the Suns were going to beat the Mavericks. The Mavericks are currently up 26 points at the half.
I also was like, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll go Mavericks, or I guess
Luka's
I'll go
got
Suns.
24 in the first half.
Wow.
You asked me before if Luka's going to score more than 50.
Yeah.
I said yes.
Yeah.
Well, we shall see what happens there. So let's just do a quick recap. Bob, how was your punishment? How was the bomb?
That was something else, to say the least. I'm noticing on the side it says product of Kansas. That's pretty cool.
Yes, it is made here.
I love that. Overall,
so are you.
a lot of yeah, absolutely. A lot of people were saying like, hey, it's spicy, but it tastes bad. I don't think it tasted that bad.
Wow.
But man, was it was like a donkey kick to the mouth, dude, and like immediately it hits you and.
Waterworks, yeah.
If you watch on YouTube,
which you
should. You should. Seriously.
I'm still clean.
Yeah,
I had this stuff.
That was a lot of fun, and then all of a sudden, like, hit my stomach lining, and then it was like, oh boy.
So 2 things that I want to tell you. I've seen a lot of people take this, including myself, on numerous occasions. I think you handled it well, meaning physically. Like I've seen people put it in their mouth and then like they try to swallow it wrong or something like that, or like they like cough on it or something like that, and that is world breaking. Like that sucks so bad, and it really is painful to see. And the other thing I want to say is I've seen a lot of people take it. You handled it probably better than most. I would say better than almost everyone I've seen do it.
Thank you.
The first time I did it, I was a wreck. Kyle, was in a ball in the corner. I'm pretty sure he's puked from it. I've seen people who have puked from it. So I'm glad that you were able to take your punishment and enjoy it, but also move forward without hurting you too much.
Big masochist over here. What can I say?
Well, thank you so much for listening, everybody. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, rate 5 stars, share with friends, and follow us at @Yay_basketball on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Add me on the ground.
Just a reminder, we are recording live from the Yay Studio.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Bob, what you got for the people?
Well, in light of Trey not being here, not only is today December 5th. Oh, you pulled it up? Yeah. Oh, all right, never mind. I was gonna make something up completely, totally off the cuff.
You want to know what it is?
Yeah, tell me.
It's International Ninja Day.
Oh, that's a good one. Get your shurikens out, folks.
Shout out to Naruto.
And touch the grass.
Justin,
You guys know what time it is. I would like some Oh.
Sorry, I thought you were going to go. I was going to try to play a prank on you. Go ahead, what?
It's Wizard Watch time! Everybody's favorite team from Washington, D.C.
Yippee.
On a 3-game losing streak. Things don't look great right now. But bright spots have been Kristaps and Kuzma. They're playing great.
Kuzma's
right?
playing incredible.
Exactly, right? Beal's a little bit in and out of the lineup, so you think it might be time to trade for some young talent? I don't think so! We are only 2 games out of 5th place, and we're in the perfect spot to take over the Eastern Conference.
Wicked.
I'm sure they won't. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. As always, check out the YouTube. Watch the YB Daily. It's our second YB product that we're really happy with so far. Check out the YouTube. Give it to a friend. We love you. Don't forget, Yay Basketball.